Welcome to CATA TV. It's our first video on demand series, and we're going to be joined by Dr. Russ Roberts, who's CATA's Senior Vice President of Tax and Finance. And Russ has created for us a very interesting educational video. The first part deals with the SR&ED program, some critical updates that you should be aware of. And the second part deals with a new tool being introduced by the Canada Revenue Agency called the self-assessment tool. Russ will take us through the different parts of that tool and really give us some guidance, hints, and tips on how to work your way through some of the questions.
We are about to release a summary, an update on our activities over the last 6 months with CRA and the community. We had been hearing about considerable concern about the directions of the program, about whether it might be becoming more restrictive, whether policies were changing, etc. In our discussions with CRA, we have been assured that current policies will continue, that the changes they're making are focused on improving communication, clarity, but not changing policies. The new T661 guide and form that has just been issued by CRA creates a series of requirements that will mean that companies will have to change the way they keep their records, the way they claim. Not only in terms of the projects, which we've been assured is not the case, in other words, they don't have to break down their projects into multiple projects, but also in terms of the way they keep documentation and the way they put together their claims. In terms of the second matter, CRA has said it is important for claimants to discuss how they are putting together their claims, how they're supporting their claims with their regional offices. CRA has issued a new self-assessment tool. The tool has focused on something called a technological obstacle. Historically, the key criteria, or one of the key criteria, has been technological uncertainty. And what is in the tool is different definitionally than what is an uncertainty in the policies of CRA. This term was first used in a self-assessment tool that they've issued for small business. It certainly is a different criterion than the historical technological uncertainty that has been the policy for years. We have been assured again that CRA still is going to be focusing on technological uncertainties as the criterion, as well as the other two criterion. So there still are operationally the three criterion of Information Circular IC 864. There's been concern that CRA is much more focused now on the commercial aspect of projects. The way the legislation is written, it basically says that if you are totally into the commercial zone and your focus is on commercial production and commercialization, that stage of the game of innovation, that significant amounts of your work will not be SR&ED. Certainly there is this focus in the discussions we are hearing with CRA. It's going to be very important that companies be able to focus their claims where the technology advancement is occurring. They need to be very careful about market research, sales, and the work of their engineers in those domains. Although when the work ties back to the requirements of the projects that are eligible, in principle, the policies are that there are eligible work or activities in that situation.